Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm your brother Patazar from the Great Millstone Chicago branch, coming back at you with another quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. We're going to go into this return to land, hypocrisy. All right, those in the know, you've probably seen this story. Plenty of brothers touched on this topic. I'm going to go ahead and add my little 2 pennies. And, we're just going to make it quick and straight to the point. Shout out to the brother Arrows of Indignation. Again, he's been the inspiration for this lesson as well as so many others. He's just constantly churning out information, sit-down worthy, straight to the point. You know what I mean? Content, and so shout out to that brother. Shalom to that brother.
My name's Nikki, N-I-K-I, I'm 32. I'm a lady.
This is Return to the Land, a group of millennials who organised online to build something radical and controversial. A town for white people only, that they insist is completely legal. We spent several days with them, watching as the men set about the physical labour of building out the site. All the while, the women of the group took on the more typically trad, homesteading type roles.
I guess I found the people through Twitter that ended up starting this project, actually spearheading it, and I went out to the first April event last year, and it was really fun.
The sort of white-only aspect of this, how important is that to you guys?
Given the premise that it's something that is kind of off limits for whites but is okay by implication for other groups, I do feel it's necessary to carve that out, and you kind of have to do it yourself.
It's kind of like if we don't do this, the laws are only getting worse as far as freedom of association goes, so it's kind of like we have to do this, or there might come a time where it's not possible to.
Are you guys aware people are going to be watching, it's going to be controversial?
I think people just have a large misunderstanding of what's happening here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the biggest misunderstanding?
Well,
that we hate everyone else. Yeah,
it's not about that.
Yeah,
by any means.
It's a loving movement.
I mean, on that aspect of it being loving, I suppose the counter-argument would be, it could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do, and I think that's great for them. And it's like, if other people are allowed to do it, I don't really see why whites aren't allowed to do it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
The leader, Eric Orwell, wants the community to grow and further what he calls traditional white American culture. And the group is explicit about this. It has an online fundraiser to give cash rewards to parents of newborns as a means to incentivize population growth. Just before we arrived, they donated $1,000 to a family for having their 6th child.
Is that part of the mission as well, to sort of have big families, to make the community bigger? Is there a sort of pressure there?
I don't feel particularly myself, I don't feel any pressure to have a big family. I think there's a kind of expectation here that you do want to, as part of helping grow this thing, that you're going to have kids.
Yeah, so there you have it. And it's just the hypocrisy of you Edomites it's real rich coming from y'all, considering the fact that you want to say we're going to return to the land, but you're going to make your own separate pocket of society on stolen land that your ancestors stole. Your ancestors raped, robbed, and murdered the natives to take this land. And now you want to reclaim stolen property. You Edomites are completely finished. You're hypocritical, you're ass backwards, and you're done, man. You're just done. All right. Now, of course, the media wants to immediately turn this into a racial thing, which people don't give a damn. Really. It's just hypocritical. It's very hypocritical of you. And like the brother said, Esau, you need to be returning the land back to Gad, Reuben, and Issachar that you stole. How you going to return to a land that you stole? All right. Y'all are your ancestors are so-called Europeans. Take your funky asses back to Europe then. Why don't you do that? Oh, well, yeah, they brought a bunch of brown people into Europe. Your people did that. All right. That ain't got shit to do with us. No, you want to return to the land, take your war criminal, degenerate asses back to Europe then. Don't try to occupy a segment on stolen land. That's hypocritical as hell, and that's why people are clowning y'all. All right, all over the internet. You Edomites are finished, man. You are the joke and the laughing stock of the world, man. Okay? It's so rich coming from y'all, the pride and hypocrisy of you goddamn devils, man. But it's funny, but the underlying issue is, and this is why the return to the land is doomed to fail, because guess what? This beast system is taking over. You think you're really going to create this sovereign segment of society where you won't have to bend the knee to the digital reset? Are you crazy? Hey, man, these devils, they will send them dudes in on y'all, man. You're going to bend the knee. Okay? You're going to have to be dipped and chipped if you want to be a part of society, if you want to have some form of normalcy. Okay, because you're not going to be sovereign. All right. This digital reset, this beast system as a whole is going to take over the entire world. All of America. Ain't gonna be no separation, man. So when this devil come down on you with great wrath, which he is, you ain't gonna have nothing to do but to fight. You're gonna have to fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, you Edomites, you may have a few little guns. You may got a little bit of artillery here and there, a little toolery, but you ain't got enough to go against, all right, the technocracy. All right. You ain't got enough to go against the war machine, man. Okay. All right. They will easily cut your resources off, man. Then what you going to do? As they continue this orchestrated squeeze, okay, making resources less and less abundant, you know what you devils are going to do? You're going to turn on each other. All right? Because that's always been in your history. All right? Esau, you Edomites always been cutthroat. Y'all been cutthroat to Jake. Y'all been cutthroat to the nations. Y'all been cutthroat with each other. All right? And that's the prophecy. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. I'll hit 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. What is that talking about? You Edomites, you good old blue-blooded Americans. You're going to turn against each other. Okay? And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. All right? This ain't the only so-called whites only compound. They got a couple of them out there. They got sundown towns. Y'all are just out in the open with it. And guess what? You're all going to turn against each other, man. Okay? You're going to showcase that beast-like nature that you've always had. Okay? Hey, shit, you read about Alexander, his 4 generals. Okay? What happened? They murked each other for the throne, for supremacy. Okay? But this time around, it's going to be for survival. So it's going to be even worse. Okay? Like I said, you devils, you've always been cutthroat, man. You're going to exhibit that same nature. As soon as the squeeze starts getting tight, as soon as resources are not as readily available as they once were, y'all going to turn on each other so goddamn fast. It's going to be a bloodbath, man. And whatever resources you do have left, that's going to be for the elect, man. All right. I'm going to come back to that. Hold on, wait. The just shall divide it. This is the book of Job 27 and 17. He may prepare it. Matter of fact, this is what you Edomite. This is all those compounds. This is all these whites only towns. The main purpose is so that the elect will have resources in the day of trouble, man. All right. This is the book of Job 27:16. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver, man. Okay? So all this shit you doing, man, it's just going to be more shelter and food and canned goods for the elect, man. After you Edomites murder each other. Okay? Because you're covetous. You're very much covetous. You're very much selfish and beast-like. And it doesn't take much for y'all to show each other's horns on each other, man. It won't take much for a so-called Mexican standoff. You know, everybody pointing their guns at each other. All right? It won't take much and it won't take long, man. This devil, hey, man, y'all are in for a unpleasant surprise if you think you're going to prosper. You think you're going to prosper with your little endeavor, man. It ain't going to happen, man. All right. Isaiah 19:3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, man. So, hey, man, y'all are going to be confused. Y'all are not going to have any answers. Okay. You're going to try to resist. That's going to fail. All right. It's going to create a lot of bloodshed, though, but in the end, it's going to fail, man. Okay. See, that's the thing. They try to paint Jake as the biggest threat. The main people that are going to rebel and rise up against the government and shed blood are you fucking you blue-blooded, patriotic, constitution believing, MAGA hat wearing Edomites. Those are the main culprits of violence and uprising and opposition against the government. Those are your main ones. Those are the ones that's gonna, goddamn it, grab the switch. Those the ones that's gonna get the strap, man. Those the ones that's gonna storm City Hall, the White House. All right. Those are the ones that's gonna cause hell and wreak havoc out here in these streets, man, over their constitutional rights. All right. It ain't Jake. Jake is gonna find out when it's too late. That's when Jake gonna start bugging up. But the main culprits of resistance are these Edomites, man. See, that's the thing. China is the model that they want for the whole world because what? The Chinese are not armed. The Australians are not armed. When you look at 2020, when you saw how they locked those countries down and things became very much draconian, okay? Those governments were able to do that because their citizens are not armed. But here in America, Americans got guns and plenty of them. And one thing about these Edomites, man, they gonna fight. All right. When they've decided that they finally had enough, all right, the guns come out. I was listening to 50 Cent earlier, man. All right. Hey, man, these Edomites are going to slaughter each other, man. That's when the guns come out. All right. That nigga say, y'all niggas know what I'm about. You fuck with Esau's control, and then the guns come out. Then the guns come out. That's what's getting ready to happen out here, man. So it's beautiful. So don't get it twisted like they try to make it so about race. Nah, man. All right, y'all getting ready to really kill each other out here, man. And it's gonna be beautiful, man. I'm going to end it with 2 Ezra chapter 15. I'm going to start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. This is what I'm talking about. Complete sedition against the government. They're going to try to develop these sovereign communities outside of wokeism, outside of the left, okay, with their little conservative ideals, and it's gonna fucking fail because they're gonna bump heads, man. When this thing goes digital and this devil wants to finally rule with a digital iron fist all over the world, these other Edomites, all right, these Jack six-pack tobacco chewing Edomites, hey, they are going to get them guns and go out in a blaze of glory, man. Okay. It's going to happen. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. So complete rebellion. All right. And again, there's going to be a shortage of resources, famines. All right. And these little pockets, these little sovereign, so-called sovereign communities, they're going to turn on each other. All right. And it won't take much. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled and the houses shall be destroyed and man shall be afraid. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and of great tribulation. And there it is, man. There it is. You either going to bend the knee to this beast system or you're going to try to do your own thing. And it's only going to last for so long, man. Esau, he's either going to send the host at you, send NATO troops at you, ICE, all right? Or because of the lack of bread and great tribulation, these Edomites are going to turn on each other, all right? It ain't going to be nothing but fucking, it's going to be gangland out here, man, all right? Great civil unrest. This is what you're about to see out here, man. So, hey, may Yahweh Shem Yahushai put the spirit on more of you Edomites to develop more of these separate communities. All right. May more of you join. OK, because you're all just going to be cannon fodder. OK, you're just going to cancel each other out so that the elect will have a place to stay, a little something to eat until the deliverance. So with that, hope this was edifying. All praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah Kodash, Shalom, and Abba Ball.